Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley of Ashley Plants and Reads, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things that are saving my life in September. The first thing is the Olive and June manicure kit. It's like the dream. It's a dream. It's a dream. It's the perfect all-in-one at-home manicure set kit situation. It gives you all the tools you need to shape and prep and paint and like perfect an at-home manicure, which has been really fantastic. So it comes with a nail file, nail clippers, a buffer, it's a nail polish remover pot that you just like, it's like little foam pieces soaked in nail polish remover, and you stick your finger in and twist it around, and then your nail polish is off. And then it also has, you can get it with, like, depending on how much you want to pay, you can get it with just one color, or you can get it with, they have their fall line out right now, which is all really beautiful. It's 6 different colors, so you can get all of those in your kit. I just got the one with one color, but now I know I need to buy more. And a top coat, and then they have this really like unique tool that they call a poppy, which you pop onto the top of the nail polish, and it's like a, well, hang on, I'll show you. Okay, so this is my top coat, but so this is the poppy, and you just stick it onto the top, and then it's supposed to help you really like have better control over painting, especially when you're painting with your non-dominant hand. It just helps keep things a little bit cleaner. And nobody else has a tool like this, but it's fantastic. It really does help. But my 2 favorite tools, and this is really the things that are saving my life right now, the very shallow things, but are this detail brush. It's just a tiny little, I mean, it looks like a makeup brush almost. And you dip it into the nail polish, and then you just trace it like around the nail to like really clean up any messes you've made. So it gives you like a perfect salon manicure look. And this is key for me because I usually am just like a mess when I paint my own nails. And so this has been a lifesaver. And then the final step after everything has dried is this cuticle serum. I have a really bad habit of picking at and like chewing my cuticles, and so they never look good. But this is amazing. It's just a little tube with like a, can you see that? I can't. With like a fuzzy ball on the end, and you just crank it up, and it kind of soaks the bottom, and then you just rub it on your cuticles, and it dries real quick. That's the cuticle serum. And all of this comes, well, they give you a little like travel pouch, which is awesome, but then it also comes in this really beautiful box that I actually keep on the shelf back here behind me when I'm not using it. And it comes with like all of the steps, and on their website too, they have all the information and like tutorial videos and everything, and it tells you exactly how to use all of the tools. So I am really loving this manicure kit, and I highly recommend it. Okay, the second thing that's been saving my life is a podcast, another podcast. And this one is kind of a 180 from the Popcast, which I mentioned in my last Saving My Life video. And this one is the Pantsuit Politics podcast. This podcast started shortly before the 2016 election. It was started by 2 friends who, at the time, really, one of them was a Republican and very much had always identified that way, but was really like, as the 2016 campaign went on, she began to like really struggle with that identity as a Republican, and then especially even more so after the election. And then the other host, she is like a lifelong Democrat and much more on the liberal side. And so their whole thing was, you know, their original tagline was Sarah from the left and Beth from the right. And they're going to have grace-filled, nuanced conversations about politics. And it was exactly that. I mean, just very nuanced. And grace-filled. I mean, exactly what they said. That's what it was. Just before the 2018 primaries, though, Beth, the woman who is more on the conservative side, she realized that she no longer fit in the Republican Party. So she still tends to have some but she still has some like more conservative ideas and places she's coming from. But if you've listened over the course of almost 5 years that they've been doing this podcast, you really see her growth, which is really amazing. But she also she's very measured, and, you know, Sarah's much more passionate, and I identify with Sarah quite a bit more. I stopped listening for a little while just because it all felt like too much, and I was not in a good place and just needed to like remove some things from my brain, which I realize is a very like privileged thing to be able to do. But recently, I guess since COVID and in quarantine, as we're getting closer to the 2020 election and all of the protests and the uprisings and all of that, I have realized I really needed some help processing what I was reading and what was happening in the world in a much more nuanced way than I maybe am instinctually. And they have just, it's been such a gift because it's been incredibly validating in a lot of ways, but also it has really invited me into some grace for people who see things differently without asking me to compromise my deeply held values about the state of things. And so I really appreciate it. It's saving my life, and I highly recommend it. They are doing really fantastic work. And particularly, I want to commend to you and their episode from Tuesday, the week you're watching this. If you listen to no other part of it, listen to the first 7 minutes, because Beth's mom is currently in critical care battling COVID, and to hear Beth share their experience and the pleas she makes is important. And I think it serves as a good reminder for why we wear our masks, why we social distance, and we just all need to hear it. And so I will link that down below. And if nothing else, listen to the first 7 minutes of that episode, but listen to the rest of it too, because especially if you're a woman, and especially if you're a mom, because they also talk about the wildly inequitable burden of COVID on women and mothers. And so if you have been feeling that and you need to know that you're not crazy, I highly recommend listening to this episode. Anyway, that's number 2, the Pantsuit Politics podcast. Number 3 is fall decor. It's officially fall, according to the calendar. And I'm a basic white girl, and I love my fall decor. And I put it all out this week, and it is making me so happy. I love the smells of fall. I love the coziness of fall. And the decor just really invites me to slow down, which who knew I needed that when I'm stuck at home all day, but I do. I think we all do. And I'm just really loving it. So that's number 3. To piggyback on that, number 4 is fresh air and cooler air. So it is still going to be 99 degrees here this weekend, but the mornings and the evenings are fresh and crisp and starting to get that fall crisp feeling, and it's just so lovely. And the smoke has really started to clear. We've had a number of days in a row now where it's just been fresh, and we can open up the house and the windows and the crisp air, and it is all just so wonderful and so good for my spirit, and it's saving my life. It really is, and I am just holding on to it before things start to get gray and rainy, and I have to pull out my light box. So for now, I'm loving the slightly cooler weather, and we'll enjoy it until it hits too cold to care weather. So that's number 4. And the 5th and final thing is therapy. I mean, I feel like that should be obvious, but therapy is saving my life, has been saving my life for years now. And it had been a month since I had had my last session with my therapist, and I had one this week, and it was just exactly what I needed. Talking to someone and just sharing what's really, like, just being able to speak honestly without fear of like side eye or are you okay, or, you know, is just so important to me. And just some of the things we talked about were so helpful, and she's given me some good things to explore and work to do, and I just can't love it enough. It's so important. And you know, I will beat the drum of therapy forever. I think everyone needs a therapist, even if you think you're doing fine and you don't need one. Everybody should just at least once a month, once a quarter, check in with somebody, with a therapist, someone that is not a loved one or a friend. Just someone with an outside perspective, and you know, it's so life-giving. It's so life-giving and can be literally life-saving, and it has been for me. You know, here at the end of September, which is Suicide Prevention Month, Awareness Month, I just cannot impress enough the importance of therapy and meds when you need them. Those things have been absolutely crucial for me. And so, last and most important, therapy is saving my life. So those are my 5 things for September. I really like doing it this way. I don't want everything that I share with you to be some product that I think you should buy. Sometimes it is. I mean, heck, this Olive and June kit is not cheap, but I don't want everything I share with you to be a product. And because I don't want to perpetuate that consumerism thing. I want to share with you what has been really good for me every month. So that's what I've got for September. Be gentle with yourself, be good to yourself, be good to each other. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Bye.